and welcome to the Yogscast. Today we're playing End's Legend. It's beautiful. We've got me, Duncan. Say hi, Duncan.
Hello.
Pyrian, Flax.
Hello.
And Shin. We are just going to start the game.
Okay.
I'm just not letting Shin say hello.
Sorry, Shin. Like, what?
We'll go into this later, but let's just start the game, shall we? And see if we can actually get it working. Because this is the first... we thought we'd share you in on the multiplayer game. Do I have to ready up?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, I've pressed ready.
Well, I don't think you have to, but...
How do I ready?
Click the button
Big,
that says
massive
ready.
button.
That's right.
Here we go.
There isn't a turn timer. Okay, the game will start ending the turn once it's the last player. So we're not like shouting. It's like because normally it's like Shin presenter, but normally, but now when everyone else is done, there's only 4 of us anyway, so it shouldn't be too bad. So this is a game which is a bit like Civ. It's that kind of 4X strategy game. I think we've all played it about once, so we're not terrible. But I thought we could like pool and share our knowledge in the first game we do. So maybe if it works out well, who knows? The other thing, the game might be unstable, so it might crash. If it crashes, we're all gonna have to restart our clients and restart everything. But that happens, I think.
What are the 4 X's? Explore, expand, exterminate,
Extreme.
Accelerate.
What's the 4th?
Exhilarate.
I found Pyrian. Oh shit.
So have I.
Oh my god.
What's up?
That might be because he's playing the Drakons, who are a diplomatic race who know everyone else.
Hey, what's
Start
up?
negotiation.
Now, now you'll start off.
Bear warriors.
This is a beautiful, beautiful land. You'll start off with a settler and 2 units. Okay, from your class. I've got Telsem warlocks. What have you guys got? Like different things.
I've got Dekari rangers. They're like these female elves with bows.
I've got Baron Jocelyn Davil.
Oh, is he your hero?
Yes, he looks really scary though. He's got like a really wide open mouth and he's going, ah.
Wow.
Now, the first thing you want to do is send out your guys to explore your starting land area. So I'm starting in the region
First, you want to build the city, surely.
No, because if you select your guys individually and send them off a little bit, they might be able to identify a better city spot for you to start, you see.
I got a dream start.
Have you got
a dream start too? I'm going to pop it down. Where am I going to put it?
Okay, tell me about your dream start, Duncan.
Well, I've got forest, and I'm an elf, so that's pretty good.
Why is forest good for you?
I think I get bonuses based
You
on
think
elves.
you get bonuses? Now there is
only one
when you place the city, it covers the tiles, and you get all the tiles worked at once. Okay. So when you mouse over where you're looking, it'll say the total output. So, for example, if I put my city down here, it'll be 9 food, 10 production, 2 gold. Whereas if I put it here, it'll be 15 food, 9 production, 2 science, 4 coins, and 10 happiness.
Ooh,
so I've got 10 happiness because I'm starting near this thing here, which is an anomaly. It's a steppe soil, tangled grasses grow thick, and that gets 8 food on that tile. Yeah.
Oh, how do you see
that?
Now,
there's anomalies out there. If you mouse over them, you'll see them. So this is an anomaly here. It's got mineral rich, so it gives 6 production on that tile. So there's each area will have an anomaly in it, and if you can, when you start your Civ, you should start an anomaly. Yeah. Pyrian, have you got anything to add? Because you're better at this than I am.
I've got my anomaly, Earth Spine. There we go.
So if you look when you go to create your city, you'll see a bunch of numbers pop up on the tiles, right? So
yeah.
So the food is really big, production is really big. But you can expand your city by expanding the districts later on. So when you expand a district, it's a bit like Civ where you expand the sort of boundaries of the city. But when you expand your district over another tile, I think you lose all the food from that tile. So have a good look around at the yields. You're never going to be able to get all the perfect city placement. You're going to need to expand your district towards some of the other stuff. So look for things like science, look for things like production, and think about where you can expand your city to later. So when I expand a district, I go 1 hex direction in any way from my base sort of hex, and then the other hexes around there will get, so you can expand gradually towards the really good goodies.
Yeah. So you start with a hero as well, and the hero unit is kind of like a special unit, like in Dota or something that levels up, or in an RTS.
You can equip them with items.
You can, and you can also assign them to your city. Now, in this case, I'm going to assign it to my city. That doesn't mean they control what the city works or does, but it gives bonuses. So in the case of my hero, who is a floating ghost fella with no legs, He gives +4 science per hero's level on city. So he's level 1, so my city's going to get +4 science, which is nice. And also, he will level up with things, and I can... So, for example, at level 1, his tier, once he gets level 2, I can get him to get +8 science on city. So I am the Ardent Mages who are all about science and magic.
Okay.
Okay, and that's kind of my little focus. And I don't know whether science is all that important in the game, but I think if I get a sort of a tech ahead and get a sort of a bit of tier of weapons...
There is a science victory, isn't there?
Yeah.
How do you assign your guy to the city?
Click on the city, and in the middle it says Governor at the bottom.
Yeah.
No hero assigned, click Assign Hero, and then you can assign him from there.
Yeah, or you go up to the top and there's a heroes button, which is the one with the rosette, and you can then click on them from there, press inspect. Now, of course, it does lock them when you assign them something. So in my case, my hero is locked for 5
I've assigned mine
turns.
to my army, and I'm going to go explore with him.
Well, the big thing about that is that I've got an army here, but if you actually attack someone near to your city anyway, any units that are stationed in your city will join the battle. So even though you've assigned my governor to the city, if I wanted to attack this little camp of people here, this is like a bard camp, it would still my hero would still come and support me from it. So anyway, the first thing you want to build is the Founders Memorial, unless you're the Broken Lords, which Shin is, when you should probably build the Empire Mint first. So basically, the Founders Memorial is like a kind of monument that everyone gets at the start and they can build it. It's pretty good. And then you want to assign some research. So the research I always like to assign is the Mill Foundry first, because it's production, which is probably the most important resource, certainly early in the game. And then I also want to get seed storage, which gives you +10 food, and because food obviously helps your production, and the more people you get in your city, the more of these little fellas you can assign to stuff. So currently I've got him on food. I can move him onto production. Actually, that's fine, because I still grow in one turn anyway, because I've got enough food coming in from my city. Now, in my city, I've got 14 food coming in because I settled next list food tile, which means I can allocate population differently. Just butt in, guys, at any time if you want to say anything.
I got 15 food coming in. So
okay.
If for each population of the city, you get a worker in this panel here.
That's right.
And you can assign them to either food production, science, gold, or influence, which is used for like policies.
Do you reckon we should introduce our races, like give them a quick lowdown on who we are and what we do?
Sorry, yeah. So I'm blue. I'm the Ardent Mages, who are magic based in a way. I get these special magical pillars that I can pull down from space, I guess, which buff science on the tiles around me. I've also, each race has its own military units. Now you can't really build warriors in the same way as Civ. Every race has unique ones, but if you take on mercenaries, which are like barbarians, everyone can sort of buy everyone can get access to similar units, is what I'm trying to say. But we'll get into that in a sec. So that's me, a Ardent Mages.
Duncan's the forest fairies, right?
I'm basically the wood elves, so I start with archers. I can later on get like giant tree men. Every race has only 3 different units, right?
Yeah.
So you usually get like a range unit, a melee unit, and a big guy. And then basically throughout the game, you don't get new units. You just upgrade the existing ones with like new armor and weapons.
Yeah. I get I've got a ranged unit, and then I've got a flying unit, and I start with a infantry unit.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
So Shin, who are you playing?
I am the Broken Lords, and these guys are like ghosts. They're spirits that have been like detached from their body, and they're trapped inside their suits of armor. And like you said, my guys can't use food, so the only thing I look for is dust.
You can't even see food.
Yeah,
actually.
no.
So you go for gold. Okay.
It's a great strength because it means I can totally ignore lots of buildings and techs and things, but it's also got its limitations because I need to buy population, and then I need to spend that population to expand my city and things, which just makes expanding a lot more expensive.
But if you capture some like a base, you get dust off it, don't you, or something?
Well, in order to grow, for example, you have to buy population. You can't grow naturally. You have to spend dust to create people, because normally people grow with food. But the Broken Lords, the strength is that you can create a new city and suddenly have it be pop 5 by spending nothing, next to nothing. Whereas normally people have to wait ages to build a seed foundry and all this crap to get it off the ground. So Broken Lords can I think the strength of Broken Lords is that the other problem with Broken Lords is that their units don't heal. okay, because they're basically suits of armor, and you have to pay dust to heal, which is actually a problem in the early game.
Gets expensive.
Because, if you're fighting a lot of battles, suddenly, you have to pay a lot of gold out, and it's a bit of a pain in the arse, really. Whereas other heroes can go around killing lots of people. But later in the game, the Broken Lords have so much money that what they can do is go onto the marketplace and just buy mercenaries. So one of the great strengths of the Broken Lords is that you have so much money coming in that if someone attacks you on one of your borders, you can just suddenly buy an entire army on that border, and maybe not defend your city, but at least, really weaken the people so you can get it back. And also, when you take a city with 8 people in it, that saved you a lot of gold as well. So it's good. Broken Lords are good. Pyrian.
Yes.
What are you playing?
We are the Draken lizard folk, and we come to this world to rule. But our big thing is diplomacy, and I can pay stuff to make you have to be my at truce or at peace. So if you wage war on me and I don't fancy it, I can force it to be a truce or peace. But it does cost me a lot of diplomacy.
You buy people's friendship.
So this is really interesting. The way diplomacy works is quite different in Endless Legend. You get these purple stars called influence points, which currently, many people don't have much of, but you can focus on it. You can put people into, in your city, you can drag people into influence, and you can build buildings that make you have more influence. And you have to spend influence points on everything from peace to declaring war. So I can't declare war on someone without paying points. In the same way, we all actually kind of start off at war anyway. We're in a situation called Cold War right now, which means we can go into each other's territories and stuff. But you can pay influence points to close the borders, for example, and then you can make sure that if you think someone's scary, and you see their army walking around in your land, you can just close the borders right then, kick them out of your land. And then, that's how it works. So it's quite cool. So you do have to declare war on someone if you want to kill them. And it's not that expensive, but it is a cost. And therefore, some of these things, it's interesting. I think it's better in a way than Civ, because there are alliances and things like that in this, and map sharing and that kind of stuff. And that's, nice to have. I think that was missing from Civ. So anyway, let's end turn and move on to turn 2, because otherwise we're going to be here forever.
By the way, you can only have one city per region.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that region, that is it. Like, you can't go and colonize right next to someone's city. That you've got to take the city in that region, or it's theirs for good.
Yeah. So the other thing you might have noticed is that there's a classic thing where you need to. So every race has its own class quest system, which is kind of like a little bit of in a way it functions as a little bit of a tutorial, but also it gives you very good rewards for doing it. And sometimes those rewards are pretty key to, or give you researches that are pretty key to. First of all, if you finish the whole quest line, you win the game. If you're the first to finish the quest line, you win. But it's quite hard to do. The other thing is that there's certain victory conditions which are helpful to fulfill by doing the quest line. So, if you're doing, sometimes you can get free hero out of it, various things. So you can buy heroes later in the game with a research. You can't right now. So I think someone might start with it. It's pretty low level research, actually. I think it's a tier 1 research. So what I'm going to do when I have a go is actually attack this mercenary camp straight away and start getting them on.
Found one?
Or actually, I'm not going to attack them. I think I'm going to use a research, which I have to start with. I start with a research called... Oh, no, I don't. Okay, I need to
Parley.
research this.
Yeah, you need to research
Parley. Okay, so I'm not actually going to attack them.
Parley.
I'm going to parlay with them. Now, these are minor faction villages in your region, and what they will do is they will basically function like barbarians. They will spawn units that will attack you and things until you pacify them, which is what they call it. Now, there's 3 ways to do that usually. You can either bribe them with a bunch of money, which the Broken Lords can just do because they have shitloads of money all over the place. You can attack them, and then you'll have to rebuild their village for them in your town, which costs you a bit of production, which is okay. And then the other option is to parlay with them, at which point they'll give you a quest. Now, that's actually my class quest. My class quest is use the research screen to unlock Language Square, which I'm going to do after Seed Storage, a technology enabling you to parlay with minor faction tribes. I have to talk to 2 minor factions, get their quests, and complete them. Actually, it doesn't even say complete them. I just have to talk to 2 of them. I can choose not to. If I take the quest, I can still kill them or bribe them or whatever.
Do both.
So, yes, so that's that. Build the mill foundry. And yeah, this is the borough streaks Pyrian was talking about. So I'm going to expand here, which will give me an extra 3 tiles, which will give me an extra 6 production, which is pretty big. So forests are great because they give you a lot of production.
Let me give you guys one piece of advice. When you expand the boroughs, it does affect your happiness. So if you look at your city, you sort of have a happiness per city that then averages out to an empire happiness. So my current happiness is 70% because I have 60% just basic, and then I also have a tile that gives me +1 happiness with +10 happiness because it's a giant tree, and that makes people happy.
Oh yeah, people love a giant tree. I love a giant tree.
It's got water pouring out.
10
of it.
from
It's
city
cool
tile as well, but I can't see it.
It'll be one of them next year. If you turn on bottom right, you see where it says click to show or hide the FIDSy tile output. Click on that and it'll show you your tiles. And there'll be one that's got loads of food or loads of science or loads of production or something.
Yeah.
Mouse over that, it'll tell you the bonuses.
So you can turn that on and off.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
really
yeah,
obnoxious to have it on.
The Earth spine.
Looks too busy, yeah.
It's busy. It's a little busy. I think Rythian would play with that on all the time, but
He'd play zoomed out as well, max zoomed out.
right.
You can't.
Exactly. No.
Yeah, there's no strategic view in this actually. It looks amazing, doesn't it?
It's
Do you
very
guys
pretty.
have a naming theme for your cities?
I'm just having them named the region because the thing is, I think we should leave it that for now because part of the problem is that in this game it's a little bit confusing sometimes to tell where stuff is. Like I had a quest that said go to the Bhutanla region or kill the city named whatever, and it was
if you zoom all the way out, you can see the regions there in big black text.
Yeah, but you can't see the ones next to you unless you've discovered them.
That's true.
I already renamed my region, I'm sorry.
Yeah, me
that's
too.
right. Go on then. What are your regions called?
I'm named after famous ghosts because we're the Ghost Lords.
Right.
So my capital is Bruce Willis.
Spoiler.
Wow.
What else? What other famous ghosts are you going to name?
I know there's loads. Slimer, Casper.
Oh God, yeah, okay.
Nearly Headless Nick.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I like it. This has potential to go far. I'm the Ardent Mage's backstory is that we like pain and we torture ourselves in order to do magic, and like the more pain you take, the more magic you get. It's quite a kind of weird race. I like it though.
It's
right,
weird.
What are you calling your
like it.
stuff?
Mine is Scaly Sack is the name of...
Oh, lovely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I can imagine, yeah.
My scaly sack has grown.
Yep.
Dragon, yeah. I guess if you're a dragon man, you're going to have like a combination of like dragon aspects to your human appendages, aren't you?
Indeed.
Oh.
That was the plan. And what's your hero? Mine is called Archivist Nankampasisa II.
Wow. Mine's called Ted. After
Nice. Can you rename them?
We can rename them?
you. I said that too early.
Oh,
I thought I could rename it.
You can't rename them.
oh damn. That's a shame. Mine's Zarcha Atinal III.
Oh, I thought you could.
Oh, very nice. And Baron Jocelyn Davil.
Baron Jocelyn Davil.
I
I
can't
like
even
how
pronounce
you
mine.
are basically just empty suits of armor full of
Ghost
full of
Knights,
ghost
yeah.
men.
Ghost Lords.
I think that's pretty cool.
Like shitlords.
So these are like little ruins I'm collecting here with my guys. There are a bunch of techs. Oh, I've just seen an enemy army, 2 Drakenlings going for this.
Hey, what's up?
Going for this ruin. Now, if I take this ruin, Pyrian,
Yes,
does
sir.
that mean you can't take it? Or is it still glowing for you?
I don't know. Mine is glowing. Have you taken it yet?
Yeah, I've taken it.
Okay, it's still glowing for me.
So maybe we
Yeah,
can
you can
both
both get it,
search.
yeah.
We can both search ruins. That's
Your
interesting.
your city looks really nice. Look at that. It's all fancy. It looks like a real Disney kind of city. Look at that.
It's pretty, isn't it? It's got all lots of flames and spires and things.
Mine
Yeah,
is kind of
cool.
scaly.
Oh.
Is it like a like
You
a
can
dragon?
rename armies, but not heroes.
Oh.
We're called the first scale there, which kind of has historic overtones, let's say.
The First Atonement Circle.
Hmm.
Oh, look at you marching up to that.
Yeah, searching the ruins is quite important early on, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So you want to get
Also,
a bit of resources.
If you
coming
look
in.
at your hero might have leveled up, mine just leveled up, yours might have leveled up. So you can go down one of 3 roads in the skill tree, but they all sort of meet up anyway. So things
Yeah.
like do you want him to rove around? So army management is kind of big. Do you want him to sit and look after your city? In which case things like faction stuff is good because that gives you extra stuff for your city. And then the common stuff is just good all the way around. But think about this, friends.
Okay.
There is winter. Okay,
Oh
you've got to
my
remember
God.
that. When winter
Yeah.
hits, everybody moves slowly, no cities hardly grow, and there are abilities you can get that mean that when your hero chills in a city over winter, it suffers no ill effects from that winter, which is actually pretty powerful. But you'd have to plan his movement around the seasons. And
well,
if
I
you
mean,
look,
I think I think yours. I think that might be for your hero. My hero doesn't have that at all. I've never seen that on my hero.
It's pretty sweet.
That's a pretty good one.
Got a question.
Yeah, each hero has different abilities.
Yeah.
How does your dude level up if he's sat in a city?
He does just gain experience every
Passive.
turn. Yeah.
Right.
From being a governor.
Like Arnie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
He's a better actor now. He's done some great stuff.
Whoa, a big flappy thing just went right across my empire. Whose flappy thing is that?
Not my flappy thing.
Oh, sorry, that's my flappy thing. It's just waving it around.
You're disgusting shit.
It's a ghost flappy thing. That's not real. It'll go straight through you if it touches you.
Really?
Yeah.